Hello, Christchurch. On January 31st, we'll have our annual meeting, and along with every other parish in the Diocese of Western Mass, we'll have it on Zoom. This is, to say the least, an extraordinary, and just a few months ago, totally unanticipated and unexpected necessity. My goal is to make participating in the annual meeting as easy as possible for you. Some of our parishioners will have to join this meeting via their landline phone. They are being contacted separately, and they will be instructed on how they can participate as well. Now, whether you're joining from a computer or a smart device or a phone, there's one thing that I need to stress. None of us are professional tech people. Speaking for myself, I've joked fairly often that I know just enough to be dangerous. It's been very uplifting to receive the thanks and support that you've extended for the work that I and many others have been doing these many months to make Christchurch available to you online. What you probably don't see, except when things go wrong during a live stream, are the numerous failures and mishaps that have occurred just setting up, just getting ready, just preparing things and testing things. We've made so many mistakes, and we continue to make mistakes. And I'm telling you all of this because on January 31st, if anything goes wrong in terms of technology on your end, we simply will not be able to assist you during the annual meeting. That's regrettable, but we just simply don't have the time, and needless to say, we don't all have the knowledge. And things likely will go wrong, at least for some of you. I mean, your internet may suddenly freeze up, or you may have audio problems. You may suddenly find yourself unable to join Zoom. The list of things that could go wrong are, well, endless. Now, if you are more or less new to technology, I encourage you to reach out to your children, your grandchildren, family, friends, and ask them for help in advance of the annual meeting. Do it before January 31st. Don't call them that morning and say, oh, my internet's not working. It's too late. Now, sometimes problems are minor, and the solution is actually right in front of you. For example, if you can't hear anything, are your computer speakers muted? Or is the volume on your computer turned down too far? Also, make sure that your device is powered up if it's battery operated. A dead battery can ruin your whole day. So, with all of that in mind, and by way of introduction, now I want to walk you through using Zoom at the annual meeting and voting. You might want to watch this video more than once. Several days prior to January 31st, you will receive an email containing the link to the annual meeting. On January 31st, you will click on this link in time to arrive for registration at 11:45 a.m. When you click on the link, you will be asked permission to open Zoom if it is already installed on your computer, or it will ask if you want to download the app and install it. If you do not have Zoom already installed on your computer, I highly recommend that you install it now. Do not wait until January 31st. When you enter Zoom, you will discover that you are in a waiting room. This is where everyone will be certified. To be eligible to vote, you must meet the following criteria. You are a baptized member of record, you have worshiped at least 3 times in the past year, and you are a financial giver of record. If you have doubts about any of this, contact the parish office immediately. Once you have been certified, you'll be granted access to the meeting. Yeah, let the fun begin. Once in the meeting, there are several things you must do. First, locate the audio and video icons at the lower left. Click on the microphone to mute yourself. The icon must show a red line over it. This indicates that you are muted. No one wants to hear you snore or the newspaper shuffle as you turn the pages. If you desire, you can stop your video. This isn't a requirement, it's up to you. Then we ask that you make sure that you are in speaker view rather than gallery view. We ask this so that your attention will be focused on who is speaking. On a Mac, this setting is located in the upper right corner. Click on View and select Speaker. You will notice that who is visible changes based on who is speaking. If you want to participate, you will need to open the participant and chat windows. The location of the participant and chat icons is the same for Windows and Mac. The participant icon is located at the bottom of the screen. Click on it to open the participant window. I apologize for the fuzzy photo, but when the window opens, you will see a list of names for everyone in the meeting. Next, click on the chat icon and the chat window will open. The chat feature is sort of like texting. At the very bottom right, you can see the words "to everyone," and the word "everyone" is a drop-down window. Click on it if you want to text a particular person. Now suppose at some point you have a question, let's say about the financial report. How can you do that? The method is slightly different for PC and Mac. We'll show you both. Paula Cattell is on a PC. Here I have circled the raised hand button located at the bottom of the participant window. Click it and now you will notice a hand icon has appeared by your name and the raised hand button now says lower hand. Paula Cattell will be monitoring the meeting to be on the lookout for raised hands. She will notify the speaker when someone has a question. When it is your turn, Paula will unmute you so you can ask your question verbally. What if you don't have a microphone or it isn't working? You can type your question in the chat window. This is a video of the same process on a Mac. The participant and chat windows work the same way, but the way you raise your hand is different. To raise your hand, you must click on the Reactions icon. Then click Raise Hand, and voila! Now we come to voting. I'll be honest with you. I am not alone in my fear that this is the most difficult part of the meeting, with the highest potential for things to go wrong and for people to get confused. My hope is that we can move the entire slate by acclamation without having to vote. Now, except for delegates to diocesan convention, we have the exact number of people we need. And delegates to convention may be appointed by the vestry, so it isn't critical if a slot is vacant. So if there are no nominations from the floor, I will invite someone to move the entire slate by acclamation. That motion must receive a second. Then I will ask everyone to vote with a show of hands. This time, though, literally, I will ask you to wave your hands. Do not lower your hand until I tell you to. If, however, someone is nominated from the floor for vestry or vestry officer, then we will have to vote by ballot. In that case, a link will appear in the chat window. Click on it, and it will take you to your web browser and the ballot. Here is a sample ballot. You must type your name before voting. Please take your time. Look at the ballot carefully. Follow the directions. Scroll down the ballot, paying attention to whether you need to vote for one person or two people, or whatever the case may be. We have one vacancy for an adult and one for youth delegate to convention. If there have been no nominations from the floor for delegates, then you simply vote for who you can vote for. By the way, if there are nominations from the floor for anyone, we have someone who is prepared to add them to the ballot before we place the ballot link in the chat window. When you click on the link, it will already be the correct ballot. When you are finished voting, you must click the Submit button. If you do not click it, your ballot will not be counted. What if there are more than one eligible voter in your home? No problem. After you have clicked the Submit button, the next screen will give you the opportunity to submit another response. When you click on the Submit Another Response button, you will be taken back to the ballot where the next voter must enter their name, vote, and click the Submit button as before. No, this is not Chicago. You cannot vote twice. Repeat this process for every eligible voter. When you are completely finished, simply minimize your web browser to return to Zoom. And that's it. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video. And my heartfelt prayer for all of us is that this event goes smoothly and that we will never have to do an annual meeting like this again. God bless. See you on January 31st.